Looking live from MIDTOWN, Sacramento. The party just getting started tonight in the Lavender Heights district, and lawmakers want to keep it going until the early morning.
Yeah, this Friday night out set to wrap up for some in about 4 hours when those bartenders yell out last call. But there's a push now to extend last call to 4 a.m.
CBS 13's Marlee Ginter joins us live in the thick of the nightlife in MIDTOWN with why some are all for it and others say this is a bad idea. Marlee.
Yeah, that's right, Elizabeth and Tony. Definitely more than one side to this one. You can hear the music thumping out here, and yeah, you can see all those lines behind the bars. But everyone out here still has a few hours left to do all of that bar hopping, and yet that's not enough time for some. Some lawmakers want to extend that time, saying that bars need to make up for all of the losses during the pandemic when they were shut down. The music pumped up, the drinks poured, but no matter where you are in California, the party stops at last call around 2 a.m.
And so we are back now because this matters, nightlife matters, and we need to get this done.
But Senator Scott Wiener and Assemblymember Matt Haney want to test the waters, introducing legislation to allow but not require 7 pilot cities to extend last call to 4 a.m.
This is what I do. This is what I love. So if the party's there, you don't want to play to a room of 10 people at 4 o'clock in the morning. But if the club's packed till 4 o'clock in the morning, bring it on.
Singer Hans Eberbach is all for a longer nightlife, but hopes people party responsibly, something Chris Leister knows isn't always the case. Chris lost his son Scott when a drunk driver going over 110 miles an hour hit the car Scott was riding in. Scott was 21 and had gotten a designated driver that night.
Again, it's insane to think that letting people drink for another 2 hours until 4 a.m. Is good for the public.
Meantime, Senator Wiener says Senate Bill 930 aims to help struggling bars and restaurants bounce back from the pandemic.
So we know that nightlife is so incredibly important for our culture and for our economy. This is a major sector that employs a lot of people. These are overwhelmingly small businesses.
Some say this is a way for businesses to make up all that they lost during the pandemic.
Nobody will ever make up the loss of my son. Nobody can ever give him back to us.
It's personal responsibility, like in all things.
All right, so it's still packed out here right now. I'm sure many planning to stay here until that last call. But if this bill passes, 7 pilot cities would have the option to test a later last call. And among those are San Francisco, Oakland, Fresno, just to name a few. But of course, it still has to go all through the options. And then those cities would have to come up with public safety plans, including working with law enforcement.
We'll see how it shakes out. A lot has to happen. Marlee, thank you. Live from a very lively MIDTOWN Sacramento tonight.